Strength Warehouse presents Go Heavy or Go Home podcast. I am your host, Nate Boley. In this podcast, we talk about strength, fitness, nutrition, and all things Strength Warehouse related. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 36. We're well on our way to one every single week this year, and it has been a little bit of a challenge trying to keep this thing going, and that's kind of what I heard when I very first started the podcast. It's hard to keep it going, but every week, somehow, some way, we come up with something to talk about. Today I have Coach Megan, co-owner of Strength Warehouse here, and we are going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the next week or two. Welcome, Megan.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great.
How's your training going?
So good.
So good.
My training is very light right now.
Yeah. It's okay. We're seasons in life, right? Sometimes, but you still go. You're still doing something every now and again. You're just not always going for a competition or whatever. And that's totally fine, right? It's not about always having the most intensity, but it's always about keeping the ball rolling. My training is going pretty well considerably, considering I broke my foot about 6 weeks ago. And I'm back to squatting and deadlifting. I just had a small PR on my bench, getting ready for IPL non-tested worlds in Eugene, Oregon coming up in November. But yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what's happening next week.
So Sunday we head to Coventry, England. We are going to be at IPL drug-tested worlds for powerlifting. We have 2 clients that are competing this next week.
That's so awesome. Both females.
Both females. Both over the age of 50, both super badass ladies.
I agree. And they're planning on taking some world records, correct?
Correct. I have high confidence that they will both walk away with a couple world records.
Yeah. What's the training look like for something like this?
Typically the training is set up in a peak training method. So we are really building up to a 1 rep max for them for each of their squat, bench, and deadlift.
Yeah, and accessories as well to kind of support those movements.
Correct. This week, like, my clients are in a very heavy week right now, but very small amounts of lifting. So basically they're just doing squat, bench, and deadlift. I don't have any accessory work in there for them.
Yeah, it's so close to the competition.
Correct. Yeah.
And just so you guys know, when you guys are listening to this podcast, one of our ladies will already have lifted and potentially have her world record, and the other one will either just be lifting the next day, or depending on when you listen to it, they both probably already have competed.
Right.
Because we're pre-recording this because we can't record it on the plane, and I don't really want to take all the equipment with us. I've done that before, and guess what happened? It didn't work out.
We didn't do it.
We went to Vegas earlier this year for nationals, and I was going to do some podcasting there. It didn't happen. We spent most of the time in the pool.
Yep.
Cool. Well, and so when we go to Coventry, England, I am going to be reffing as well. I am currently a national level referee for the United States Powerlifting Association. You need to have 20 meets, 2 years experience at least, and 3 IPL meets under your belt in order to test out for the international. So I've got all the certifications or whatever qualifications, except for I don't have 3 IPLs. This will be my second one, and then I'll be reffing as well in Eugene, so that'll be my third one, and I'll be able to test out for international referees status.
Nice.
Big status. Just means more people want me to referee for them.
Yeah. So next week we have, well, if you're listening to this, it will have been this last week.
Yeah.
Our first client weighs in on Tuesday, competes on Wednesday. Then our second client weighs in on Friday, competes on Saturday. So we've got a long week of powerlifting and traveling.
Yes. And there's some fun in there as well. What's our plans for Thursday, Friday?
Thursday, Friday, Nate and I are headed to London for 2 nights to check out London and spend some quality one-on-one time.
Ooh, you never get to do that.
No. We're leaving the children at home with my parents.
Yeah.
This will be the longest we've gone away from them.
Yeah. I think it was our first Mexico trip the same length.
No.
It was only
shorter.
5 days, huh? Yeah, this is the longest time we've ever been away from our kids. And the first time abroad for either one of us.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be insane.
Yep.
It's going to be super fun. I'm a little nervous, but hey, we'll get through it.
We will.
But yeah, so what does the week before competition look like?
So this week before is a little bit different and a newer territory for us because we've not traveled internationally
To compete
before. So this is their last heavy week, and then the week before, so Janet competes on Wednesday, so she probably has another day or two of heavy lifting this week, and then next week will be very light movement for her, so she'll still try to get in some movement, but it's going to be very light. Lots of recovery, lots of fueling, so lots of good meal eating.
Yeah. And we're not trying to, none of our clients are trying to cut weight.
No,
Yeah.
we're not cutting.
That's a whole nother level. If you try to go internationally to compete and then you also try to cut weight, it can be very difficult.
Yeah. So my other client, Donna, she's got 2 more heavy lifting days this week, and then next Monday she'll do lightweight squat, bench, deadlift movement, super lightweight, and then her instructions are just to stay mobile, so work on her mobility, rest and recover as much as she can, and eat as much as she can. Those were her guidelines to follow by me.
Yeah, don't get hurt.
And don't get hurt.
Yeah, and Donna is also a part of Masters Team USA. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome to have that.
Yeah, so she's pretty excited.
She's going to be competing for the United States for the titles.
Yeah, there's 6 women and 6 men that are on Masters Team USA. So
That's brand new this year too. They just started it.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
So she gets to wear their fancy singlet and their fancy shirt and gets to be on Team USA, so that's pretty exciting.
Are you going to bring your famous fanny pack?
Yeah, I always have a fanny pack
Yeah.
for competition.
That's to make sure you have all your attempts and chapstick and chalk and smelling
hand
salts.
sanitizer,
Yeah, all the stuff that you need.
Everything that
right
I
there.
can't fit in all my pockets.
Maybe even a snack.
Yeah, definitely snacks.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, so Donna's been really focusing big on like her recovery. So she's doing weekly chiropractor, weekly massage,
Cool.
and it's making a huge difference in her recovery.
She came over. She lives about 3 hours away from us, and she came over and did some one-on-ones with you to work on commands and all that stuff. And then she also worked with Mike in doing some mobility.
Yeah, so she's got a really cool mobility routine that she does every day from him.
Yeah.
And that was super helpful.
That's awesome. And she was thinking she wanted to do the mobility course online, which we're working out the details on that.
Yeah.
But that'd be awesome, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited about the mobility course. I'm going to do it as much as I can. I know you wanted to do it as well.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. See who gets up in the morning.
Fight over
First one up in the morning gets to do the mobility course.
Yeah.
What does it feel like going into a competition like this for a coach?
I'm a little bit more nervous than I would be for a typical competition.
Like a local style or something?
Yeah, but my mindset is really just to treat it as any other meet that we've done.
Yeah, and we've done some big meets. We did the Kabuki meet here. It was pretty big. It was 2 platforms. And
we went to Nationals in Vegas.
We went to Nationals in Vegas, which was 4 days long, which was 3 platforms. My bad. So those are some of the big level meets. This one, the only real difference in this one is you're in a different country, and it's taking you a lot longer to get there.
Yeah. So it's time change. Like my body's not going to be totally adjusted to the time difference, and it's a big time difference there. I don't know how big it is.
I think it's 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours or something like that.
So that part's a little nerve-wracking, but
yeah,
we have a couple days before any of them compete that we can get some naps in.
We also have some really good side coaching as well for me, and then we have some support from some other coaches that we know that are going to be there that have done this before. Mm-hmm. So I have a feeling it's going to go really well. I know it's going to go really well, and we're just going to do the best we can and try to take home the golds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do we come back?
Sunday. We go Sunday to Sunday.
Wow, it's a long time. And it's weird because when we leave there, we lose a day. And when we come back, we gain a day.
Yeah, it's real trippy.
It's going to be weird. I don't know what to think about it. And at the end of the day, you don't really gain or lose anything, but
No.
it just seems that way.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Do you know how the competition's going to, like, is it two smaller flights in the morning, 2 smaller flights in the afternoon?
I think there's just one session a day at this one.
Oh, because it's actually 5 days, or it's 5 days long, 6 days long. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
6, yeah. I think they go
Friday,
Sunday
Saturday.
too.
I think it's only 6.
I don't know, 5 or 6 days.
5 or 6 days. So they're going to do one flight each day.
Not one flight, but one
session, so 2
one
flights.
session.
Or 3 flights.
I honestly don't know.
Okay, well, I guess we'll find out when we get there. Cool. I'm going to be referee. I'm going to be weighing people in on Tuesday. I don't know when, but that's kind of what the schedule looks like, and then helping referee on Saturday, which would be kind of cool. I'm excited to do that.
Yeah, Tuesday we'll go do weigh-ins, kind of check out the scene, see what timing looks like for attempts and where they need to be, where they're going to warm up,
Yeah.
just so that we're
Just
prepared.
go check out the whole scenery and just kind of get a game plan where you guys want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what kind of weights they have, kind of bars they have. They're probably having, I bet they have kabuki bars, would be my guess. And then Janet said that they're going to be, the women and smaller guys are going to use the 20 kilo bar.
Yeah.
And then the bigger flights, they'll use the 25 kilo bar.
Yep.
The squat bar.
Yep.
Well, that sounds super fun, super exciting. I'm excited to go. I know our clients are excited to go as well. And it's also different because we're not all flying at the same time. Well, 3 of us are, and then the other people are not flying. They're flying a different day.
Yep.
Yeah, so hopefully one of our athletes almost left her gym bag at the airport when we went to Vegas. We won't name any names, but hopefully she doesn't do it again.
Yeah. So they've been instructed to pack all of their lifting gear and equipment and clothing that they need for competition day in their carry-on.
And weigh-ins.
So that there's no chance of it getting lost in the airlines.
Yeah. That would be brutal.
Yeah.
You just have to lift raw completely at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not very fun. Not very fun. Well, cool. Anything else that you'd like to add on to this podcast? We're talking about the IPL drug-tested worlds.
Just that if you want to do something like this, look into it.
Yeah.
You don't know if you qualify or not until you try or look.
Yeah, so how would somebody know if they qualified for this? I mean, if they're doing powerlifting meets currently right now.
So there's a qualification calculator, like we use USPA. That's who we're affiliated through. So if you go on the USPA site, there's a qualification calculator. You put in your weight, your body weight, your age, and gender, and it will show you like what, if you qualify.
What your dot score is.
What your dot score is, and if you qualify, and what level. If you're
Well, it'll give you like an international elite status, an elite status, a master's status,
or class 1,
a class 1, 2, 3 status. And so for most world competitions, you have to have a class 3 or masters, or class 1 or masters. Sorry, class 1 or masters, in order to compete in those meets. So you'd have to then figure out what that total is, because it'll tell you what the total is for each level, and then you just have to make sure that you hit those numbers in a meet that would allow you to qualify for that meet.
Yep.
Yeah. So guidance on this, get a coach.
Yep. Get a
Yeah.
coach.
Having somebody like handle your like preparation for the meet like is golden.
It's huge.
Have you ever had somebody do that for you besides me? Oh yeah, you had Rachel.
Yeah.
One of our good friends, Rachel, she handled you a couple times.
Yeah.
So much more easy when you're just like going into a competition and you have a coach that's like, I'm going to help you warm up. I'm going to help you find a space, or I'm going to help judge how the meet's going to go. I'm going to, hold your smelling salts if you got it, chalk your back if you need it, take videos if you want it, just all the stuff that you don't need to worry about. The coach has your back on that. Your attempts, your next attempts, they're going to help you, make sure you have everything to go on weigh-in day and all that type of stuff. So that's my advice. I did a couple powerlifting meets by myself when I first started, and they sucked. They were hard, and then I actually started getting people that knew what they were doing. And then I've got a really awesome coach who's super good at powerlifting meets and handling. And so it just seems the day is so much more nice. I can just be like, hey, go sit down, do your thing. I'll tell you when we need to start warming up again.
Yeah. Our goal as a coach is for our athletes to literally not have to think about anything but lifting the weight. They just need to show up, lift the weight. I take care of everything else.
Yeah, it just takes a level of am I doing everything right out of the equation?
Yeah.
Yeah, all they have to do is worry about doing everything right on the platform.
Yep. Yep.
Just one last question, I guess I could say, maybe this will spark some other conversation, but when do you start really working on commands in the meet? Prep, right before the meet, 2 weeks out? What's your thoughts?
It's going to be different for everyone, but we like to start practicing 4 to 5 weeks before a meet.
Yeah. Just do a couple of rounds and then kind of keep it going.
Yep.
So for me, I listen in my head, I don't actually practice somebody doing it, but all my lifts, even my warm-ups, I practice unracking, say it's bench.
Yeah.
I unrack it, wait, and in my head I say start on the chest, wait, say press, and then rack. It's just easier for me because you just get it down so pat that you don't have to worry about the commands at all.
Yeah.
In the powerlifting competition.
Yeah. I guess I should add to that all her training sessions, all of our clients' training sessions are treated like the platform. So all her squats need to be at depth.
Mm-hmm. They do that anyway. They would send us our videos and stuff, and if there's hardly any of them that are high.
All her benching, she's got to pause at the bottom long enough just so that she's always practicing competition standards.
And then you never get in your head I could lift more than that by doing a touch and go or going too high or whatever you're doing to get a little extra momentum or something, right?
Right.
So you're just, this is what I can lift. I know I can lift this every single time I've lifted it. Competition day should be no different.
Yep.
Right on. Well, I think that's all we got for you guys today. So, follow us on social media. We'll be posting all of the, the results on there. Bend Strength Warehouse. Is that what it is? Strength Warehouse Bend on Instagram.
Strength Warehouse Bend.
Strength Warehouse Bend on Instagram. And, follow us along. Cheer us on. We'll have our stories up, I'm sure. And just watch the journey of these two awesome women go crush the platform.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks a lot. And we'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on this epic journey of strength. If you liked this episode, please leave us a review and share with a friend. To stay connected, hit that subscribe button. All right, until next time, go heavy or go home.